Hello and welcome to Brodual. For this video we'll be showing you and outlining all 5 of the games that you can play on your Pip-Boy in Fallout 4. One of the more interesting features of your Pip-Boy is the ability to find and unlock holotape games. There are 5 games in total and all of them use holotapes to play them. We won't tell you where to find them all, but we'll outline what each game does and what retro game they take inspiration from. First up, let's take a look at Atomic Command. This game is a throwback to the original Missile Command game. In the game you'll be in control of a stationary cannon of sorts as you try to shoot down missiles and ships that are falling towards Earth. And if you let any of them through, well, look around the wasteland and you'll be able to see what happens. It's one of the more simple games in the group, but Missile Command was a huge favourite back in the day. Second is Pitfall. As any older gamers would have already guessed from its name, Pitfall is Fallout's take on Pitfall. The main character that you control is a retro Vault Boy as he explores the wasteland. You'll encounter a variety of recognisable enemies in the game, from rad roaches to irradiated monstrosities of the wasteland. You'll also have to keep your wits about you as you run into pools of radioactive waste, rope swings, gas clouds and more. It's a fun action side-scrolling game that we're sure a lot of you will enjoy. Third up is Zeta Invaders. Arguably the most recognisable of the 5 games, based on the old game of Space Invaders. I'm pretty sure most of you are already aware of how Space Invaders is played, but for the very young or for those of you who have been living under a rock for the last 35 years, you control a ship that can fly left or right as you shoot ever-advancing aliens from the sky. The Fallout reskin of the game includes all of the extra features, like spaceships that fly high above you that you can shoot down for bonus points, and some ships will even beam up a cow or two as you fight them. We're glad Fallout 4 didn't forget this undeniably classic game. Fourth is Red Menace. You probably wouldn't guess what this game is by the name alone, but as soon as you boot it up and see the screen, it'll become immediately apparent that it's Fallout equivalent of Donkey Kong. Here you'll run along platforms and climb ladders as you try to dodge nuclear bombs and fireballs that are dropped from the Red Menace. It may seem easy at first, but once the platforms you're on start to push you in different directions and bombs are flying all over your screen, you'll soon realise there's more to this game than it may seem when you first try it out. The 5th and final game available to you on your Pip-Boy is Grognak the Barbarian and the Ruby Ruins. We saved this for last as it's definitely the most complicated of the 5. This is an example of a retro text-based RPG that we're sure many of you used to play when you were a couple of decades younger. At the start of the game you get to choose who you want in your party, each character with their own strengths and weaknesses. It has all of the usual things you'd expect out of a text RPG, from making decisions on what to do at certain locations that decide the fate of your team, to fun and engaging battles that let you select from multiple offensive or defensive moves to use. If you're only going to play one of the 5 from the list, this would have to be the one we'd recommend. It's our favourite and the one we spent the most time playing. It's a great example of a retro RPG. And that's the end of the list. We hope you enjoyed the video and can find something you'll be able to play on your Pip-Boy. We may make a locations guide in the future so you know where you can find them, but for now we think it'll be more fun for you to hunt them down for yourselves. And as always, thanks for watching.